89. Human she was once more, Earth's Savitri. Out of abysmal trance her spirit woke. Lain on the Earth Mother's calm, inconscient breast, she saw the green-clad branches lean above, guarding her sleep with their enchanted life. And overhead a blue-winged ecstasy fluttered from bough to bough with high-pitched call. Into the magic secrecy of the woods, peering through an emerald lattice window of leaves, in indolent skies reclined, the thinning day turned to its slow fall into evening's peace. She pressed the living body of Satyavan. On her body's wordless joy to be and breathe, she bore the blissful burden of his head between her breasts' warm labor of delight. The waking gladness of her members felt the weight of heaven in his limbs, a touch summing the whole felicity of things, and all her life was conscious of his life, and all her being rejoiced, enfolding his. The immense remoteness of her trance had passed. Human she was once more, Earth's Savitri, yet felt in her illimitable change. A power dwelt in her soul too great for earth. A bliss lived in her heart too large for heaven. Light too intense for thought, and love too boundless for earth's emotions lit her skies of mind and spread through her deep and happy seas of soul. All that is sacred in the world drew near to her divine passivity of mood. A marvelous voice of silence breathed its thoughts. All things in time and space she had taken for hers. In her they moved, by her they lived and were. The whole wide world clung to her for delight, created for her rapt embrace of love. Now, in her spaceless self, released from bounds, unnumbered years seemed moments long drawn out, the brilliant time flakes of eternity. Outwingings of a bird from its bright home, her earthly morns were radiant flights of joy. Boundless she was, a form of infinity. Absorbed no longer by the moment's beat, her spirit the unending future felt, and lived with all the unbeginning past. Her life was a dawn's victorious opening. The past and unborn days had joined their dreams. Old vanished eves and far arriving noons hinted to her a vision of prescient hours. Supine, in musing bliss, she lay a while, given to the wonder of a waking trance. Half risen, then, she sent her gaze around, as if to recover old, sweet, trivial threads, old happy thoughts, small, treasured memories, and weave them into one immortal day. But soon she leaned down over her loved to call his mind back to her with her traveling touch on his closed eyelids. Settled was her still look of strong delight, not yearning now, but large with limitless joy or sovereign last content, pure, passionate with the passion of the gods. Desire stirred not its wings, for all was made an overarching of celestial rays, like the absorbed control of sky on plain, heavens leaning down to embrace from all sides earth, a quiet rapture, a vast security. Then, sighing to her touch, the soft winged sleep rose hovering from his flower-like lids and flew murmurous away. Awake, he found her eyes waiting for his, and felt her hands, and saw the earth, his home, given back to him once more, and her made his again, his passions all. With his arms encircling hold around her, locked, a living knot to make possession close, he murmured with hesitating lips her name, and vaguely recollecting wonder, cried, "Whence hast thou brought me captive back, love chained to thee and sunlight's walls, O golden beam and casket of all sweetness, Savitri, Godhead and woman, moonlight of my soul? For surely I have traveled in strange worlds, by thee companioned, a pursuing spirit. Together we have disdained the gates of night. I have turned away from the celestial's joy, and heaven's insufficient without thee. Where now has passed that formidable shape which rose against us, the spirit of the void, claiming the world for death and nothingness, denying God and soul? Or was all a dream, or a vision seen in spiritual sleep, a symbol of the oppositions of time, or a mind-lit beacon of significance in some stress of darkness, lighting on the way, or guiding a swimmer through the straits of death, or finding with the succor of its ray in a gully mid the crowded streets of chance the soul that into the world adventure came, a scout and voyager from eternity. But she replied, "Our parting was the dream. We are together. We live, O Satyavan. Look round thee and behold, glad and unchanged, our home, this forest with its thousand cries, and the whisper of the wind among the leaves, and through rifts in emerald seen the evening sky, God's canopy of blue sheltering our lives. And the birds crying for heart's happiness, winged poets of our solitary reign, our friends on earth, where we are king and queen. Only our souls have left death's night behind, changed by a mighty dream's reality, illumined by the light of symbol worlds and the stupendous summit self of things, and stood at Godhead's gates, limitless, free.